Once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope each instance of your life goes well. I'm really happy that in today's lesson, I'm with you for about 20 or 25, even 30 minutes. Before starting today's lesson, it will be better to create a connection between previous lesson as well as the new lesson. And this connection is created through having a glance on the previous lesson. In previous lesson, if you have in your minds, we went through family, what family is, and we define family from the perspective of different sociology scholars. For example, one of these scholar is Merrill. He says that family may be defined as the biological social unit composed of husband, wife, and children. This is the family. Or we can say we focused, if you have in your minds, we defined family from the perspective of Horton and Hunt as well. They were saying that family is a kinship grouping which provides for rearing of children for certain other human needs. Besides, we went through some characteristics of a family. These characteristics were marriage as well as mating relationships, need satisfaction in common habitation. Besides, we went through types of and classification of family, and on the basis of residency, family was divided into three parts, which were matrilocal family as well as patrilocal family, new local family. Um, uh, these were some points that we studied in previous lesson. Today's lesson also will be a part of the previous lesson. In today's lesson, we will focus on the remain part of the previous lesson. Okay, today's lesson is function of family. Function of family, as I mentioned before, we will go through the remain part of the function of family. Function of family, the surplus of the previous session. In previous session, if you have in your minds, we went through some points that were love, affection, and sympathy, which were related to family. And here we will go through these terms with more details. Love, affection, and sympathy. These, or we can say, the principles of a family. An important function of family is to provide love, affection, and sympathy to its children. Each family's children have the rights on their parents to, we can say, provide them love, affection, and sympathy. Because if these points are provided, or we can say are kept in mind by parents, there will be a positive affection, or we can say it will affect positively in their children. Children need affection and sympathy more than food. Without food, they can live for a time with satisfaction, but they cannot survive if the affection of the parent is withdrawn from them. In emotional disturbance and frustration, they collapse into a depressed or unhappy life, like a flower is plucked from its branch. Okay, they were pointed out to very good points. Without food, as it mentioned, without food, or we can say without drink, life will be more easier. But without love, without sympathy, without affection, we can say life will be a bit difficult. If we can say a parent, they do not focus to love with their children, to be, we can say, kind on their children, to show their affection and sympathy, then their children will face with many social problems. If you have seen, for example, in some families, they beat their children, and they do not allow whatever the children is said. They do not, we can say, insist on that, or they do not take it seriously. And because of that, the children faces many psychological problems. If the children is allowed to say something, if the children is given the freedom of saying, if the children is given the freedom of sharing something, if the children is given the we can say freedom to illustrate whatever he or she wants, then we will we can say hugely we will hugely play a good role in children's life. یعنی اگر برای اطفال یعنی آزادی بیان داده شود یا امرای اطفال محبت شود و از همدردی شود، همان مشکلاتی که فرض مثال در بعض جوامع ما میبینیم از بین میره. طور مثال پیشتر گفتم در بعض مکانها اطفال لطکوب میکنه، در بعضی کانتکست یا در بعضی جوامع اطفال لطکوب میکنه، آنها را حق نمیده که یک چیز بگویه یا شریک کنه، یا طور مثال حق چی برشان نمیده که یک چیز طور مثال سرش فوکس کنه. از خاطر ازی ما شما میبینیم که بیشتر اطفال با مریضی های گوناگون سایکولوژیکال دیزیز که میگه برش یا روانی مبتلا شده، بسیار یعنی پراستریتد می باشه. خب آن دی کانترری در جامعه که فرض مثال با اطفال محبت میشه و خواسته های اطفال در نظر گرفته میشه، همدردی میشه، آنها که از emotional disturbance فری می باشه. هیچ نوع فرستریشن چی میکنه، یعنی هیچ نوع فرستریشن یا ناامیدی نداره و خود هیچ نوع فرستریتد یا ناامید خود نمیگیره و دپریشن هم زیر دپریشن هم نمیه و همچنان unhappy هم نمیشه. It is too important for the parents to, we can say, love their children, think regarding their children's children wants as well as ways, and be, we can say, affections as well as they should have sympathy. This is too important. Affection of parents develop children into healthy physique and brain. بسیار خوب. یعنی اگر افکشن ببینین، شما میبینین بعض اطفال ما شما میبینیم در جامعه خود، بیشتر هم اشاره شد اطفالی که توسط خانواده یا توسط والدین they are loved, or we can say their affection is illustrated for them, or sympathy is illustrated for them. You know, the children are healthy, they are, we can say, intelligent, as well as they have a very good minds, or we can say brain. Okay, the other function is security and protection. The family protects its member when they are in need of it. Protection and security, it is also the function of family, and this should be taken seriously by the elder of family, father as well as mother. For example, in sickness or unemployment, childhood, old age, political loss of status, loss of social security, and physical handicapping, the family is the only protection for such members. Whenever one of the family member is sick, it is the accountability or responsibility of family to, we can say, provide him whatever is needed, or we can say to support him economically, to provide him money or whatever is needed. While a member of family is unemployed, or we can say unemployed or lose his job, it is the family responsibility of family to, we can say, provide the needs, whatever is needed for him. And whenever in childhood as well as old age and political loss, in all these cases, it is the accountability of a family, or we can say it is the responsibility of family to provide all the necessary services for its member. یعنی هنگامی که یکی از اعضای خانواده در قسم یک حالت باشه که ما شما سرش فوکس کردیم، یعنی family responsibility یا accountability یا مسئولیت خانواده است که باید چی کنه؟ باید economic support و همچنان چیزی که نیاز members یا اعضای خانواده باشه برش چی کنه؟ برش مهیا بسازه. خب the other is economic function. The economic function is the base of socialization of its member. The newcomers bring nothing with them, but enter the family as dependents or as children. The family fulfills all the economic needs of children and makes them able to earn their livelihood by socializing them various techniques of social life. What a good point. Economic function, which is so important part of social life and family life. The economic function is base, or we can say is the basis, or we can say base of socialization of members. While the newcomer, while a child is born, while a newcomer comes to this world, comes to a family, he brings nothing with himself. He just come, and there is we can say he brings nothing is with him. He enters the family as a children, as a member of this family. This is the accountability of family to, we can say, provide, to, we can say, prepare all economic needs for the children, and after this gradually enable these children, these newcomer, and socialize them, teach them the techniques of social life, teach them how to find out money, how to, we can say, earn the livelihood, or we can say how to have income in their life. This is the accountability to socialize their children, as well as teach them the techniques of how to, we can say, live in society, how to earn money, how to, we can say, behave with the family members, how to behave with, we can say, society, people in society, how to behave with, we can say, the same age children, and so on. This is the accountability of family to provide all the necessary, we can say, techniques, or all the needs which is acquired, or which is important for these newcomer. Family provides house to live in, clothes to wear, medicine for treatment and illness, food to eat, and other needs of life are fulfilled through the economic sources of family. As we mentioned before, besides the teaching those social, we can say, ways and techniques for continuing of social life, it is the accountability of a family, it is the responsibility of a family to provide residence, or to provide house for its member to live in. Besides, the family should provide clothes for its member to wear it, medicine to be treated, or we can say, while someone is ill or sick, it is accountability of family to provide medicine for them to be recovered from the illness. Besides, they should provide food, drink, as well as whatever is needed for its members through using the economic resources of family. خب function of family. خب میم دیگه هم چی است؟ Religious and cultural values of family. The family transmits its religious and cultural values to its members by social interaction. The parents direct their children towards religious beliefs and guide them in religious practices. خب دیگه فانکشن فامیلی یا خانواده ای هست که they transmit religious and cultural values، یعنی ارزش های دینی و فرهنگی. این هم مسئولیت خانواده هست، مسئولیت والد و والده هست تا ارزش های فرهنگی و دینی را به اطفال خود یا به اعضای خانواده چی کنه؟ ترانسمیت بسازه. فرض مثال for instance while a children in our context or in our society in Muslim societies while a child reaches to the 7th years of his life هنگامی که 7th یا سال هفتم داخل سال هفتم زندگی خود میشه his or her parents directs or we can say teach him prayer or we can say guides him to offer prayer or we can say to testify on the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They teach him the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah as well as teach the parents or we can say family teach him regarding cultural values. These are the religious and cultural values which are transmitted by parents to their children که پیشتر گفتیم. In our society the children are first taught kalima أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله and guided to offer prayer. Initially he is taught kalima to we can testify on oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as guide him to offer prayer. Saying kalima, offering prayer, observing fasts of Ramadan, paying zakat and performing hajj are the 5 basic principles or pillar of Islam which are socialized by Muslim parents to their children in every family. یعنی چیزایی که بنای اسلام یا basic principles یا pillars of اسلام که خواندیم، یعنی هر خانواده هنگامی که طفلش به 7 سالگی میرسه واره کلمه یاد میته، نماز برش یاد میته، راجع به و یعنی روزه معلومات میته، راجع به زکات برشان معلومات میته، راجع به حج و هنگامی که طور مثال به سن بلوغ میرسه روزه میگیره، هنگامی که مالک نصاب میشه یعنی پول میشه باید زکات بپردازه و همچنان حج بیت الله شریف ادا کنه. کی 5 principles یا 5 bases یا pillars of Islam which are socialized by Muslim parents to their children in every family. Hope that every family keep it seriously and think regarding these 5 principles of Islam. Respect for parents, teachers, elders, and love for younger is inculcated in the children. Respect for parents, for teachers, elders, and love for younger, it is the cultural values of, we can say, this society. He or she, or we can say the child is taught, or we can say is said, or we can say he is given information to respect his parents as well as teachers, elders, and young children. Saying salam to others, this is as well as initially it has we can say it is an Islamic values. It is we can from Islamic dimension, or we can say it has Islamic perspective, or we can say Islamic dimension. We should give each other salam, speaking truth and begin sincere in dealing. He or she is taught to be, we can say, trustworthy, or we can say to speak the truth, to illustrate the truth, not to lie, یعنی دروغ نگویه, and be sincere or honest in dealing with others, which are a few cultural values taught by parents. این چیزا بعضی از ارزش‌های فرهنگی است که توسط والدین به اطفال چی میشه؟ یاد داده میشه، یا توسط والدین به اطفال چی میشه؟ تیچ میشه، تدریس میشه. دیگه هم ایژوکیشن هست. Family provides formal and informal education to its members so that may become useful members of society. It teaches the elementary skills at home and sends them to educational institution for formal education. Education, it is also one of the function of family. It is the accountability of family, or we can say it is the accountability of parents to provide educational services for its children. طور مثال در گذشته اگر یادتان باشه در مسجد پیش ملا صاحب مسجد می رفتیم که راجع به دین ما را معلومات میداد و ما از او یعنی ایژوکیشن میکنیم، درس یاد میگرفتیم. باز برای فارمل ایژوکیشن طور مثال از مکتب شروع کنیم این پانتون آمدیم. یعنی در اول زندگی از این فارمل شروع میشه که بعضی مهارت ها در خانه توسط والدین با اطفال یعنی به اصطلاح یاد داده میشه و اطفال انیبل میسازه تا واره یاد بگیره و هنگامی که کمی کلان شوه به 7 سالگی 8 سالگی برسه در پهلوی چیزی که به طور انفورمالی یاد گرفته then they start to get education formally. They take admission in the first class of school and they can continue their education formally. Yes, the other is recreation. It is also one of the function of family. Recreation is also one of the basic needs of human life. Family provides recreational activities to its member within the family and outside. The children play together at home, listen to fairy tales from parents, listen to radio and see television. Outside the family, they play games, enjoy maths, and visit holy and historical places. Visit zoos, museum, fairs, or we can say large public event where goods are bought and sold. Exhibition and national celebrities. All these recreational like internet chatting develop personality traits or characters in children. باش که نگوین که از روی خواندن بیخی خواه. Recreation, providing the whatever is needed for children inside the house as well as outside the house. For example, while children is inside the house, most of the children they are interested. Let's give an example. For example, most of the children they are interested in game, and it should be provided inside the house. For example, children should be allowed to, we can say, play the games or using mobile LCD and computer and so on. اگرچه زیادی چی مست یعنی در بعض اوقات چی میان توان داره خو خیر زیاد افراط هم باید صورت نگیره کمی اگر چی باشه یعنی if there is a stoppage it's no matter. خب family provides recreational activities. چه قسم recreational activities؟ طور مثال چیزایی که برای اطفال ضروری هست در داخل خانه باشه باید چیز نیازهایشان چی است اگر بیرون خانه باشه که من راجع به گیم اشاره کردم. Within the family and outside. خب the children play together at home. هنگامی که میبینین اطفال با هم دیگه در خانواده بازی میکنه. یا طور مثال برای والدین بعض اوقات والدین یگان قصه راجع به طور مثال جن و پری و چیزا را که میکنه برای وا گوش میکنه. طور مثال most of them are so interested in listen to fairy tales. They are listening and the parents they are narrating. Some of them are interested to listen to the radio as well as watch television. It should be provided. مگر television باید کوشش شود که based on the culture of each society باشه. For example, our culture. The children should be we can say provided those services or those programs in televisions which will be based on the cultural of this society. اگر باساس کلچر نباشه doubtless که بالای اذهان اطفال تاثیر میکنه و از امو چیزی که هدف ماست میشه از او اطفال بخی منحرف بسازه. بر صورت خیر Outside the family, they play games, enjoying matches, and visit holy and historical places. Well, outside the family, it is the accountability of parents to, we can say, carry his or her children with him to games as well as match if there is cricket or football match, as well as uh, uh, carry them to the holy and historical places, to zoos, museums, fairs, and so fairs, exhibition and national celebrities. یعنی هر چیزی که از این چیزایی که سرش فوکس شد، یعنی هر مکانی که باشه باید اطفال خود امرایش ببره تا از social needs خود استفاده بکنه. All these recreational like internet chatting develop personality traits, characters and children. یعنی همه چیزا که گفته شد و سرش بحث شد، همه چیزا در اطفال امو characters یا traits of personality را چی میکنه؟ develop میسازه. یعنی اطفال بسیار social یا بسیار اجتماعی میسازه. خب this was the other function of family. Okay, marriage، عروسی، واده. خب what marriage is, what this picture says، این تصویر چی میگه؟ یا what this picture focuses on. Marriage, a legally sanctioned, or we can say certified relationship of two or more people. For example, a husband and one, two, or three wives, usually involving economic cooperation as well as normative sexual activity and childbearing that people expect to be enduring. This is the marriage. Where the marriage is, we can say, focused, or we can say insisted, because of the points that we focused on, because of creation of family, because of, we can say, childbearing, as well as because of biological needs. Marriage is the appropriate context for procreation or production. That is how the concept of illegitimacy comes in. Marriage is appropriate for, we can say, the creating context, or we can say for having the children. It is a socially approved mating engagement, usually marked out by a ritual, or we can say a set of fixed action that is performed regularly, of some sort, or wedding, indicating the couple's new public status. یعنی marriage عروسی که است، طوری که پیشتر گفتیم، ای از appropriate است، is the appropriate context، یعنی context appropriate for the production, for having children, for, we can say, for gaining, or we can say for obtaining social needs, for obtaining, we can say, biological needs, and for obtaining a family. بعد استوردن یک خانواده یا for creating a family, it is focused. Cultural norms as well as laws identify people as suitable for or unsuitable marriage partners. We have some cultural norms as well as some laws that identify who should be married to whom. یعنی کی باید با کی ازدواج کنه. طور مثال کی مناسب است که با کی ازدواج کنه، یا هنگامی که طور مثال در جامعه ما شما، هنگامی که یک کس میره در یک خانواده، راجع به تعلیمش پرسان میشه. فرض مثال که چی خوانده است، کجا فارغ شده، فرض مثال دیگه چی قسم انسان است، و آل خب بیشتر چیزا خیر، بیشتر راجع به پیسه پرسان میشه که موتر داره، خانه داره یا خیر، وظیفه داره، خیر. یعنی بیشتر اوقات culturally، یعنی cultural norms در نظر گرفته میشه. و همچنان Islam also has some norms which should be kept in mind when someone take action for marriage. Incest taboos prohibits marriage between certain close relatives. Who is a close relative may vary from society to society. For example, in Afghan society or in the Afghan context, the marriage between first cousin is allowed, but in most of the industrialized or we can say developed societies, it has prohibited by law. خب دیگه چی هست؟ incest taboos prohibit marriage between certain close relatives. در بعضی جوامع طور مثال عروسی بین دو نفری که بسیار با هم نزدیک باشه چی هست؟ منع قرار میته. فرض مثال در بعضی جوامع است که بسیار نزدیک اگه باشه طور مثال دختر کاکا یا بچه کاکا، چون به طور طبی و میگه که خون اگر طور مثال مشکل در خون باشه باز اطفالی که به دنیا میایه بسیار آسیب پذیر می باشه یا دارای آسیب می باشه یا دارای معلولیت میایه. از خاطر ازی زیادی چی نمیکنه، یعنی زیاد انسیست نمیکنه و همچنان در بعض جوامع خوبیخی یا چی است prohibited منع قرار داده شده که دختر کاکا با بچه کاکا باید عروسی نکنه. در جوامع ما شما قسم نیست و هم از خاطر چی میگه؟ طور مثال که گفتیم طور مثال راجع تیبی و آنها میگه که اگر گروپی خونش با هم یکسان باشه یا تیبی خب من نمیفهم که چی مشکل است، خب اطفالشان میگه دارای معلولیت و همچنان دارای آسیب می باشه. خب these are the references. You can find out today's lesson through these references or through these books. Hope you learned something. If you have any question, you can send your question through my WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a nice time. See you.